make a cartoon today. I had to do stuff for work also. No days off. Just make this thing. I was gonna make one of these anyway. So you hear the get my train of thought working of the Prison Planet. Obviously we're here to figure this out little by little, get a point of view, and a lot of these point of views aren't going anywhere. We have there's a purpose to that. We're not always supposed to figure stuff out. We have to go through certain situations. I mean, some people on an individual level are getting somewhere, but others aren't, and yeah, it's just, you just gotta go with it. Yeah, get your superpowers and fly out of here. It's not that simple. That would be nice. But so on an individual level, the NPCs that are here that shoot all this stuff down, those that decide that, I mean, obviously there's a soul process that you have to go, you incarnate here, you absorb, the Earth avatar and all its whatever you want to call that. You have a certain time period, and some do reject it and they activate more of their powers and they go through complete hell, whatever. But you can also decide not to do that. And, because you have to kind of get used to it's kind of like being cooked. You gotta come into the oven and you have to marinate for a while. This world and everything, so you can handle it. Think of it that way, So obviously, it's something that can't handle this place at all. Don't either. Their energy is just the complete opposite of this place. It's hard to do, and they also fail to marinate with all the manipulations and programming. You just got to go through it so you can handle all of this. Some might disagree. It doesn't really matter, but everyone operates differently. But the NPCs that are here, that they are in their own little cages here. Yeah, I mean, I've been running into it recently more and more. Yeah, and they're vicious. They like their jail cells. It's like, damn, dude. Like, I mean, no problem, but those that are spiritually awakening, they don't want to be part of the system anymore. But then you get hit back by those that are still in their jail cells. So you want to evolve, but how can you evolve in the society that's in a prison, basically? So the world's not a complete prison planet, technically. Individually, yes, in that way, because they're in individual cells, but it's up to the individual to break free. And many that are on the spiritual path, even if they're, it's a warning process. And of course, then you have these little hijackers come in and start messing with everybody and throw a secret space program stuff at them and add more confusion and just, I'll just say it again, the whole swimming and dolphin people that are out there. Oh, those are the ones that are having their convention at they're having their next convention, swimming with dolphins and just manipulators, basically. Just looking just like Jesus, and we're just like you. They're just manipulators. I mean, you want to, people here are so shut off, they're going to take advantage of it. And they do. Like little con artists, basically. Snake oil salesman. And they got to play it off as the cool guy as much as possible. Yeah, the universe sees it all. It sees everything, so. But that just shows how, fucked up this place is. So, and obviously everyone's run into somebody that can evolve and chooses not to evolve. And that's what this is mostly about. Obviously, some people just have to go through their prison reality for whatever reason, and that's different. But the ones that can do something but fear and everything, and they're happy with their jail cell. Yeah, the mean girls are happy with their prison. Good luck with that. But then, if it turns into complete shit, they seem to like it anyway. It's like, yeah, whatever. I guess that's when the whole building's on fire. This everything's fine. So, yeah, what do you do with a world like this? It's. I mean, yeah, you get to a certain level and you're allowed to know a little bit more. But it also has to be able to benefit the collective. Can the collective handle it and so on? And yada, yada, yada. It's like, God. That just shows you how many here are just lost and just refuse to see anything different. Basically, spirituality is what you're just connecting more to your potential. Either non-physical, you're break free of, you want to be, obviously many don't want to be free. That's going. It's like my party, I'm going to burn it down if I want to. And sure enough, they do. And then they're vicious about it. Yeah, they'll just come and attack anybody because they want to stay in their jail cell. It's it's like, wow, talking about a failed planet. Well, a failed society, not everyone's a failed being, but quite a few are. And then you have all the energy, the demonic beings, those are, a lot of them lost their lives for whatever, drinking, whatever it is. So they're roaming around here, trying to grab on us constantly, causing conflict and everything because they haven't healed their own cause. So it's like, gosh, man, there's no win here, is there? So yeah, it's a version of hell. It's not hell, complete hell, but it is a lost planet. So it's not necessarily a prison planet. Technically, it doesn't have to be. Let's put it that way. It's just many have turned it into that. So where does that go exactly? It's still a mystery. Of course, the aliens are working with us. They can't reveal anything. We're here to bring in some of that. And somebody reflecting all their crap on everybody. I'm getting tired of that. It's just, it's like it's just another part of the game. You're evolving, and someone comes in and just try to push you off your track. So it's hard of it. It's like a cesspool. So it is a cesspool basically. At least portions of it are. Obviously, you work on yourself, and I've been saying that in different forms. You can't say it every time. It's easier said than done. I don't use the word work either. It's just pull yourself out of the matrix, you can say, or whatever it is. Connected to your highest potential, at least energetically. It doesn't have to be financially, because that's all part of the program. Well, the other part of the financial side of things, like, people kind of sell themselves out. Like, people are somewhere, like, they're commodities themselves. Not talking about the prostitute, but it's kind of like, it's just slavery. I mean, it just doesn't mean it has to be human trafficking. It can be just like everyday life. It's like there's a lot of humans here that are, there's different ways of wording it, but selling themselves out in different ways. So they are cashing themselves out for whatever. And of course, you have those that do it through Hollywood and music industry and so on. But even on different other levels, your average person can be selling themselves out. We'll never really know. So that's where you can say that's where money came from. You can say those selling themselves out. So yeah, eventually it came into paper money. That's where I was going to do a joke with the Illuminati. Illuminati just they're really good at attracting pieces of paper with drawings on them. That's a talent. Yeah, I didn't have any time to make another alien video today. Yeah, they're really attractive. Yeah, Illuminati are attracted to. They're really good at attracting paper with pictures on it, the money, energy. So it's like, yeah, just how exciting. That's a talent. As long as it's a fancy picture, might as well put like the Mona Lisa or something on. At least it'll make it a little bit more interesting. Of course, they have the Queen of England and something. I'm like, oh god, talking about ego. Man, she's trapped here then. So, yeah, it's even the elite. People might trash them. I mean, a lot of them are spiritually evolved, and they can obviously make things worse, and they can also help us make things better. Doesn't mean you have to bow down to them or anything, but they are there for, they got there on a spiritual level somehow. So they're not all bad, let's put it that way. It doesn't mean you have to go out and find one, but just, it's not all end game, because they get sabotaged too. They try to do these wars and all that, Israel and all of that, they're trying to smash everything to pieces. That doesn't always work their way. It doesn't work for them either. So, this place is something else, isn't it? But it really comes down to individuals that are in their own jail cell on a massive level. And obviously it's up to them to free themselves. Yeah, if you go around trying to remember, there's more of them than there is you. So they'll take your ass out instantly. But at least you can become more aware of it. I mean, I've become more aware of it recently, of that way of looking at it. But it's become more apparent I just looked at it more recently. Usually I don't look at stuff like that. I just chill with somebody and be done with it. But there's a process to that too. We're not always supposed to know anything. So, like, is this going to come to a level where we can, break out of a lot of this? I mean, that's technically what some of this is. We'll just have to wait and see. Those that are like the podcasters and whoever else that's manipulating disinfo agents and all that, it's up to the people to rise up and snap out of the coma, because they get like information comfort zone, comfort food, where they're just pulling in garbage, and they're not not seeing. I mean, of course, once again, there's a slow process of eventually you have to just see what you're being programmed into. Of course, televangelists have been doing this forever. It's just done in different ways. So, it's a mess out there. Nobody has all the answers, just surviving all this. Yeah, it's funny. It's just like you're to get through it, and someone comes in or others kind of derail you and all that. It's like, golly, man. It's like just a game of, even those that are friends can be the opposite of that, because they're going through their own shit. So just throw all their garbage on you. So, yeah. Merry-go-round in hell. So, freeing the slaves is, just for yourself. Becoming more aware of the environment, like you're walking on like a, what is it, like in the circus, you're walking on it is a game, but it's also, what is it, walking on the, what's the word of it, high wire. It's kind of like that too. Life is like that. You're walking on a high wire and you're trying to keep your concentration so you don't fall, but also get to the other side, but also the other side of your own evolution. Yeah, the idea is just become more aware of your downloads about yourself, the world, whatever you need to know to see things differently. Too, because it is a graduation present. Even might seem like it's information. It's not the lottery or anything. Financial stuff, yeah, it's rough because you just want some financial side. Obviously, you want some kind of more comfort there, and it's understood. But also, even that can be a soul challenging, trying to get some goal, trying to manifest. Even abundance, trying to manifest abundance. Not necessarily negative. Of course, you be given what you need, but also it's good for the soul to challenge itself. And it's just a goal, and I don't know. Of course, it might be a goal of failure, but who knows? Who knows? It's we don't see the whole picture of everything, but you learn a lot too. Yeah, you got to put some effort into challenging yourself with some. Of course, life's a challenge just by putting up with this place. But it's funny how somebody are here to derail. It's just cold, man. That's why you have to be careful who's around you. Friends, and if you shut other people off, it's not necessarily trying to be introvert, but to protect your energy. And that's huge. It really is. Because, you let the wrong people in and it starts sabotaging your frequency and you can't think straight. And it's just, of course, you can't always help every situation, but, because sometimes family can be the worst thing. Anyway. They're just there with a bunch of knives there to stab your ass. Well, if you're born with a different frequency, part of the program, and you're not here to attack people, they're going to find you as strange. It's barbaric in some regard. All right, we'll see let's see here. Sirius. Of course, I feel like tapping into Sirius for a little bit, but also that's, once again, they bring all their crap and brought it here. And that's some of the individuals in their jail cells and whatever, and might be a jail cell filled with money, is what I'm getting. I guess rich people, but they're still in their own little rich prison, so there's a lot of that. You get these big houses, mansions, and like, state prisons, basically. Yeah, they buy all these cars and stuff like that. They're afraid to touch anything or whatever the fuck it is. Jeez. Yeah, a lot of that comes from other places. Like Syria, because Syria's got taken over by other entities. And like somebody like Orion and all them, they just, they attack your world and manipulate society into be materialistic. Don't you want these nice shiny things? Don't you want this luxury bed? Don't you want this? And society collapses. It's one way of looking at it. They come in and manipulate you with the third dimension, basically. And there's some benefits to it, but also obviously there's other things to it also. Imprisonment, basically. So we want these nice things, and first off, you're not a physical being. What the fuck you care about that crap? But then again, if you're not used to experiencing those things, oh, that looks nice. Get a nice car, get a nice house, and so on. And you have to be enslaved. Well, that might not be so bad if you're wealthy, I guess. But then you're still, So it's another way of looking at it. But we'll give you these nice things, but you have to do what we say, and so on. Obviously, that's more like the elite being coerced into this, and then the elite, all their mansions or whatever. I'm talking about in Sirius and other places. They say, well, we have all these mansions and all that. We'll just enslave everyone else to do what we fucking want. Give them McDonald's jobs and so on. So we can, it's a domino effect. Well, you can do it in the fourth dimension too, but the third dimension is obviously, it's physical. So it's a little bit harder to get out. Yeah, fourth dimension, you just I mean, yes, you can be energy manipulated, but you can eventually figure it out somehow and just escape. Maybe not always so great because the Greys and the reptilians and all the reptilians and that. So anyway, it's not always. Yeah, there's some other issues there, but our realm is definitely material. Archon materialized prison system. So anyway, get some other insight on this. Okay, I go into Syrians and go from there. Right, blessings. Greetings to you from Sirius, fourth dimension. Realize also some of you are getting to a level of knowledge. This is the other thing. Yes, complicated. So you reach a certain knowledge point, and yes, there might be others that are jealous. Because not everyone, well, meaning that sometimes you have to go through, as some of you notice, you have to go through hell to get to certain levels of your life. And not everybody's up for that. Some of you go through like extreme hell. And it's not victim hell, it's not that you did it in your college years and you're all screwed. No, it's just world's fighting back. But also you get certain knowledge that others, kind of like a crystal energy, where others cannot, and others get jealous of that. Try to trick you, try to knock you down, and so on. Booby traps, and so on. But and you go through these hell situations not to torture yourself. Sometimes it's just the energy of the other people. It's complicated. I'm not going into all the details of that. But you reach certain information here to unlock others. Like you get the key, technically. Yes, share it with others to slowly let them just to unlock their prison mindset if they're ready for it. So I'm just saying it's thrown out. And of course, it might find it later on in life, 10 years from now. You put the information out there, and so on. So, but there are beings here that don't want. Yeah, it's gonna be close friends that just have a knife at your back. So yeah, they're just there to sabotage and so on. But if you can get through that, it says something. Yes, it's something I've. Like a Tomb Raider or one of these, you go through these like a temple. Life is technically a temple. You go through all, there's booby traps and all that, but it's not for fortune and glory. It's really finding your way out, and you're also helping others slowly unlock this realm if they want to be. Of course, once again, you're all kind of in the booby trap temple, technically called life, and some just get pulled into the wrong direction, get eaten by it, and so on. It does show, one's character comes out, and a lot of truth. You get your own truth. That could be, yes, those that are close to you. You thought you were friends, and find out they're just more foes than anything else. And they're trying to trap your energy. They take some of your knowledge and so on. There's some of that going on. So it's a tricky realm you're in. Even, some of these podcasters, the manipulators, so they try to, sometimes, those that get more, some of them are trying to absorb their followers when they fail in life, trying to grab onto their frequency. I'll be your God forever. To be worshipped and so on. And there's also obviously religious figures and so on with that. But sometimes it comes from a very unlikely place. So those of you on your path here that want to evolve, not just, it's like remember your abilities, you already have them. It's just to reconnect to them and enhance them. Oh yes, you're definitely doing some enhancements. Only so much, because you also have to protect yourself in a world like this. As you can see, a world like this will have no problem destroying you at the same time. Either by fear, mostly by fear. Yes, even the Superman movies, because Lex Luthor is afraid of Superman, basically. Why does he get to have his powers? I'm just a bald, evil person. So even tries to acquire some of those powers too, technology-wise. Yeah, so Lex Luthor stays corrupt forever. Yeah. I mean, there's intellectuals. Things aren't just not good enough for him, is it? And it's a lot about society too. Sometimes it does represent the CEO to some level, not necessarily. It can be the individual at the same time, and not everybody's bald though. That are deception. Well, sometimes, yeah. Why are certain? Well, yeah, we're not going to go into all the details there. We'll just leave you with that business. Business.